You know, every day when I go into the Central Park to do my daily run or workout, I see plenty of old people. And this is my daily reminder that in the end of the day, life sucks. It's meant to suck. And in the end, everyone loses. You can't really win in life, although some people think they can. And when you see all these old people struggling every single day in the park, this could affect you in two ways. Some people got super depressed, and others are getting super optimized and motivated to extract as much as value of life while they're young, right? Makes sense. But for me personally, acts more of a refreshing, a moment of true recalibration and realizing, okay, all the things that I have put on the side that I always try to push away, not doing uh, in timely manner. Well, effectively, I have to do it, and this is the time. This is the push that if I don't actually do it, no one else will do it, and effectively, you really don't want to be done with your life before getting the job done. Of course, if you're a person like I usually do, right? Which, if you really think twice, it really makes sense. But I don't know if there is other place around the world where you can see so many people, getting old and really struggle. Even celebrities, go back and look all the celebrities who lived and had New York City as main residence. Look at how hard their life was while they were, much older. The city really exhausts you the most of it can. It takes almost everything from you. And I believe this is probably one of the biggest misconceptions about New York City, where people think or they come here and they believe that the city gives all the opportunities in the world and it doesn't really cost you much. I actually believe in opposite. I believe that the city is one of the cities or places around the world who actually extracts the most energy, power, and effectively active years of your life without really giving most of the people what they're expected to get. Just think about how many people came here and failed. Just think about how many people are coming every single day and they're gonna fail, right? So the failure rate is much greater than the success rate. The people who are having bad life, struggling, it's much higher than people having great life and having amazing years, living in the city. This is just pure observation. Like I said, sometimes I have a bad days where I'm losing tons of money on the markets. Things are not working out in other domains of things that I'm trying to be successful. And all it takes is to me to go to the park and see how many other people are struggling, to see how many people need third party assistance to just move around to be mobile because they're immobile, right? Just to see how many homeless people, just see how many crazy people on the street, mentally ill people. When you see that in real time, there are people, suffering in much more complicated conditions, right? Things that really cannot be fixed. You have this reality check and you get this really refreshment in real time where can you really complain about anything? If you're, healthy, if you, don't have some, bad job or career or, bad personal life or professional, I don't see reason to complain. Sometimes I really, maybe I'm starting to bitch about something and all I have to do is to go outside and see that, man, yeah, people who have much worse experience today or yesterday or the other day. You don't believe me? Just open TikTok, open Instagram, go on Reels and just type New York City. You will see news from the city. Three people got hit. Some person got shot. Car crashes. subway incidents, whatever, any kind of garbage, 24/7. When you see all that, you really get the real life updates, right? 'Cause I understand some people live in vacuum. They think that what happens to them is what general life actually is going around. They think that what's happening for them is what's happening for other people. But I think this is probably one of the biggest mistakes. And I believe when you see about people, not being aware of their surroundings, being attacked on the street, or whatever happened to them, there were people who live in this vacuum environment where they didn't realize what actually is happening, how the world is changing, evolving on positive or negative way. So this is the main theme in the city. You just have to be constantly aware of the surroundings, of the changes, and you either adapt or you move away. That's how it goes. You can't really sit in between the changes, the past and the future. You just have to find a way to go through. The only way it's through, someone said back in the days. But yeah, so the point of the video is just to observe more and always keep a real life comparison. Real life comparison with other people's life, personal and professional, which gives you a true natural perspective of how good or bad you're doing. I don't believe in competing or compare your life or your what you have with other people, being wrong or whatever. I don't really believe that. I believe that this is true valuable data points that you can use to improve not only your life but your performance in life. You improve the skill or the role or the game that you choose to play in the video game of life. Everyone plays different games, they play in different levels. But if you just focus on your level, on your game, you don't really know what other people are doing and how good they're doing it, right? That's something that I would like to emphasize, because sometimes people are playing 50 years in the wrong levels, in the wrong games. Just look at some people. They write articles about them. Someone worked 50 years in the same job, same position. Imagine spending all life working in the same company, the same position. It's a dramatic downfall of limited observation, of people not being aware how the world is evolving. It has been evolving. Think about, you took a job in 1960s and you retired in early 2000s. You missed all these different levels of technological advancements, engineering advancements. You could have get a requalification. You could have get a career, a job, or something. 35 different jobs throughout all these years. You could have different experience. You might have been more lucky, earned more money, achieved more things, but you didn't. Not because you're not as smart as other people, just you decide to live in the vacuum. And living in the vacuum is easily one of the biggest mistakes people, I believe, are making. Up to this day, I still see a lot of people talking nonsense. Just wake up and get out of the vacuum.